All right, you might think, well, maybe the problem is we're doing it all in one sketch. So we got to get rid of it in that sketch. So let's do that. Let's go back to my sketch. Actually, I'll see if I can just hit a bunch of undos here. Okay, so I've got it back to the original sketch. Maybe what we got to do is we just can't have this pocket in there. So if I come in here and I make this flat to the screen, I could delete this. It's going to freak out because it's saying, hey, I have a pocket here and I don't know what to be linked to. And it won't let me go in and do any modifications. Well, maybe it will. I'm going to try and go to profile and see if I can help it. But it's just not going to like it. So let's undo what we've done. Or no, we don't have to undo what we've done. Sorry. Actually, I do want to undo because I see it's when I got rid of that profile, it kind of screwed up my dimensioning. So I'm just going to delete this pocket out and delete out all the fillets. This is all gone now. Okay. Don't forget that sketch 2 was me just showing you the profile of the cutter. So that has no bearing on this here. I can't use this anymore. Now if I go to my sketch, maybe I do want to use it later on. Oh, shoot. I'm going to highlight this. And right here, I'm going to have it as construction. When I exit out, if I ever want to come back and use it, I can use it. Otherwise, it's just kind of hiding in there. Nobody knows it's there except for me. Okay. The other technique would be just blow that out and reconstrain whatever constraints get lost with that. So we're going to try and make an entirely new sketch that's not tied into the other sketch. So I will go to the sketch position icon. And with this, you want to make sure this is not active. So you got to turn this on by unhighlighting that, I guess. And you want it to say position, where I can grab a line and grab another line. And you can see there's an axis up here, the blue axis. I'll inverse the horizontal just so you can see it flipping. I want that horizontal going that direction. I want the vertical going this direction, and I'll say OK. I'll put that normal to my screen real quick. And we'll go here, and I'll just create another pad here. Exit out. Back to my ISO view. Okay. And we do a pad. I don't need to go to profile or nothing. What? I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go to pad. I'm just going to make sure that sketch number 3 is highlighted. Not pad, pocket. Sorry. We want to do a pocket for sketch 3 and up to last minus 0.25. Now let's try this. We'll do the fillets. It's going to be a 1/2 inch. Grab your 4 fillets. Select OK. Grab the bottom. 1/8 inch fillet. Can I take that pocket and move it? Well, let's go to sketch 3 and go to my normal to view. What didn't I do? I didn't constrain it. No big deal. We'll auto constrain this and say OK. I'll drag this dimension here out just so you can see it. Let's move that 7 inches. See, it's poking through the part. When I exit out, it still does not like it. We'll go back to my ISO view. It doesn't like the fillets. I'll delete this out. But this time it is removed. Let's go ahead and add our fillets. It's like this at a 1/2 inch, and then this one as well. Again, when I grab any one of these edges, it'll find all the tangent ones, and we'll go 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and now I'm actually through the material where the other one was not allowing me to do that. All right, so there is a technique you can use to create the pockets. This would be a pocket, this would be a hog out, because it's not a pocket anymore because it's broke through the wall. This is my wall thickness over here. My web thickness is the distance between the pockets. Okay, so in this instance, it was better to create an additional sketch than to have everything done in one sketch. So that's how you would have to fix that if you did do everything in a single sketch. I do have another technique that's very common that I'm going to show you next. I will delete the pad and the pockets out. I'm going to, I'm just going to go ahead and, now I might need that. So I'll go ahead and do this and go back to where it was. Maybe it was a little bit further. Let's go 6 inches. Okay, here is another very common technique. I want you to try both, get a picture of both of them so you know how to do them. Sometimes one thing doesn't work. You got to be versatile and know how to be flexible and switch to different techniques. So this is going to be another technique I show you. It's called the Boolean operations. I'm going to use this sketch and I'm going to create a pad, but I'm going to do it in another part body. So what I do is I come up here and the first one is a body. I can put a body inside of this, and that sketch I can either redraw it or I can drag and drop it into this body here. Now this body has that sketch in it. Okay, with that sketch I can create not a pad but a pocket. So I'm going to create a pad that goes into the material. I will use, again, that sketch, and the depth is going to be 0.75. Let's preview that. Why don't I see it coming up here? It should be showing me some hidden lines, showing me it's bearing into the part. I'm under pads. I'm going to hide this pad 1. Why don't I see? Oh, I grabbed sketch 2. I grabbed the wrong one. Goofy. Let me undo this. I meant to grab sketch 3, drag it into the body. You were probably wondering what I was doing when you watched that part. So I went to pad, and I was wondering why I didn't see that. I'm going to reverse the direction. You can see it's getting buried into the part. That's actually material inside of material. Now CATIA is really confused because I got material inside of the material. But bear with me. I'm going to hide the pad just to make it easier to see I'm going to hide the original part with the pocket to make it easier to see the new pad I just created. So this is the pad that's buried into the part. I'll hide sketch 1 just to get it out of our way. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create my fillets on all these edges. At a 1/2 inch. Don't hit enter, otherwise it will kick you out. Whoops, I grabbed the face. I want to grab those. See how I'm using those hidden lines though to make it easy for me to grab that. And then the bottom, I just grab the bottom of the surface and go 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and then we will go back to showing the pad. This pad and the fillets in the body is buried in to my solid. What I can do though is under structure tab, there's features, assemble, add, remove, and intersect. If I remove, it's going to ask me, what do you want to remove? I want to remove this body number 2 that I just created. All the pad and the fillets, I want to remove that chunk out of the pad. It knows that, and where it says from here, it automatically is putting the part body in there to remove that. So all I have to do is hit OK. And now I've got a pocket using where is it? The remove feature. And there's your body inside of it. Okay? So I just removed that whole pocket, or I should say the pad with the fillets, from the original block of material. I'll go ahead and change the fillets. Not hide, Dave. Not hide. I'll change it to another color. Okay. Now, the big question is, well, what's going to happen if I take pad number 2 and we move this off the part? Oh, I didn't quite get off the part. Let's go 8 inches. When I exit out, it's fine. It doesn't have any issues at all with that. In fact, that's what V5 used to do. I didn't have to go through all this. V5 would be fine too. So V5, you don't have to do all this, but you can. V5 will work the exact same way. It's just another technique on how to get around things if it's not working right for you. You got to know multiple ways. Oh my goodness. All this work we've done, and this part's still not machinable. Did you know that? Some of you may have known. Some of you may be wondering, why wouldn't it be machinable? Well, it's all to do with the cutter. I used a 1/2 inch cutter with the 1/8 inch end mill. So here we go. Here's your cutter. Profile of it. Yeah, it's not going to like that when it goes in and tries to machine that. If you want to know why, you got to see the next video.